In this video, I would like to quickly explain how you can integrate ClearJelly with the Power BI template. Once you've logged on to ClearJelly and connected your Xero entity or entities, so you have then all the different entities here in the list, you have to make sure that your network IP address is connected to a safe list, as otherwise you couldn't access the ClearJelly database. So just click on this button here and then check if your IP address is already in the safe list. If not, there will be an add button there that you can click on. For security reasons, I can't do this directly here on screen. But it's very easy, just click the add button and the IP address will be added. Once this is done, you can download the Power BI desktop file that is necessary to create your dashboards initially. So just download it from here and install it on your machine. This application will only work on Windows. So if you're using an Apple platform, you have to use a system that allows you to run Windows, for example, Parallels or Bootcamp. Once this is done, the only thing left is to start the template.
There are two options.
One is the template with sample databases that you can use at any time if you want to see the data of the sample companies and also see how consolidation works. Here we have 3 Xero entities that you can check and try out. Or you can use the generic template where you can connect your own database, and this is what I will show you now. So you download the template and start it. And if you have installed the Power BI desktop, it will come up with this screen here. The first one, the database name. Here you need to check what is defined in the console. And you can see this at the top of the ClearJelly console. So I can see here my database name is Xero_manageriality. So let's go back to Power BI. And here you just type now your database name. Then the next parameter is the start year. This is typically the start date of your Xero file. And then the end year, again, completely up to you, what you would like to use as the end period. Sometimes you want to, if you're doing budgeting or planning, and then the start month. In Australia, we typically start in July, so I put this here in July. And that's really all it takes. Make sure that your IP address is added to the safe list. And then the only thing left is just click on load here and the template will be generated. So this will take a few minutes now, depending on your data. Then the next step is you have to provide your username and password. So in my case here, my sample account is this. And really make sure that this is a database connection, not a Windows connection. So you're connecting to the ClearJelly database. So you put in app.clearjelly.net and Xero manageriality, just make sure that these are correct. So now we click on connect. It gives an error message now about encryption. This is not really true. The connection is actually encrypted, but Power BI expects a different encryption type. So you can click on OK here. And now we can see the template is generated. So what we see here now is the ClearJelly Xero Power BI template. Initially a title report. In the designer, in the Power BI desktop designer, these links don't work. So we have to navigate here at the bottom to jump to a different report. So for example, if you want to look at financials, we see now the report for financials with all the respective visuals, a P&L, the development over time for revenues, for expenses, the top customers, age debtors, and then transaction details. The user can here filter the data as required. On the next report, we see now a sales dashboard where we can show the power of Power BI very well, that all the different visuals interact. So if I, for example, click here on the product PMD, I can see now how PMD performed over time, where I'm selling PMD, who are the top customers for PMD, and the KPIs for PMD. So a great way to analyze data. At the top, again, I can change the filters as required. If you want to, you can also set filter criteria here with more options. So you can filter any of the visuals. For example, here, if you just want to see particular cities, you can just pick them and then your report will only show these, or you can go back to everything, and then you can also add additional data from ClearJelly here, so from all your invoices and purchases, or from the GL transactions, or some of the other tables that ClearJelly provides. And then finally, we have a statement table where you can see the main financial statement. So, for example, the profit and loss statement with the respective accounts. And then as before, the option, if I click on a particular value, I can see here now the GL transactions for this particular value, and here the invoice details, so all the invoices that make up this particular value. And again, with Power BI, if you want to see something differently here or something in addition to that, for example, the city of the contact, you can just go to your table that contains the respective fields. In our case here, for the invoice details, it's sales. We can just drag the city here. And now if we do the drill through, as we call it, so what's behind a particular number, all the transactions, we can see now here the city as well. So this was just a quick overview of the ClearJelly Power BI template. For any further questions, please don't hesitate to contact us.